Welcome back to another episode of Shanclen Shadow Productions. Now you might notice that this is a little bit different setup right here, but I'm going to be giving you guys a different type of video here. And you may see that I'm wearing something new here. For those of you who follow me on Instagram here, this is going to be my new investigating arm. I'm going to be taking on my adventures to go and see and interact with spiritual beings. But now, for this video, why it's a little bit different here is because I'm going to be teaching you, but the most requests I've seen on my channel is how do you make protective ash? Now, there's a lot of different ways on how you can make protective ash. Ash is the correct word for this. First off, to be able to make protective ashes, you need wood. Now, I get a lot of questions like, what kind of wood should I get? Does it have to be a certain specific type of wood? Yes and no. The ones that you don't get are the wood that's been struck by lightning. Lightning wood is wood that's, I guess you could say, has been claimed by the spiritual people, the internet and themselves and the holy beings of the lightning and thunder. So those spirits have claimed that wood right there. You're not supposed to touch it or use it for ceremony, at least with our tribe, how it's used. Different tribes could also have different meanings for, I guess you can say, lightning wood. But you can use pretty much any type of wood, except also Home Depot treated wood. Trust me, wood that's been treated to be more so fireproof, you can't use that because it won't burn. So down here below, I have set up some of the wood that we have from our homelands, kind of set up in a shape to where there's so many different types of ways that you can make a fire. And if you guys want me to show you how to actually make a fire, I can go ahead and make that video for yourself too. But I would say, don't do it inside of your house or, an area where you're not supposed to be making fires or anything like that. It's a fire hazard or anything. But where I am currently located, it's the middle of nowhere. Got no trees, got no nothing around here. So should be okay. Shouldn't be, causing any forest fires or anything like that. But when you have this ash, when you have the wood fire and set and everything, you start the fire. And when you burn it and everything inside of the fire itself, you start to let it go a little bit. You in a sense, you're creating a fire spirit that's here. When you chop the wood, when you stack the wood, and when you put it inside of the fireplace itself, there's a mindset that you gotta have that you're creating. You gotta, in a sense, think of it as a baby. You're creating a new fire spirit that's right here. And you have to, everything that you do, the mindset has to be good. You cannot be mad. You cannot be distracted about, bills, rent, or, so-and-so said this about me. No. You can't really be doing that. So your mindset has to be a protection, what you want that fire to be. Your mindset has to be ready to be able to, look after this fire, look after it, and make sure everything's okay and good. So when you start the fire, you kind of let it go a little bit. And then when it's ready, when it's time, you're going to be able to have that fire go, light it, and you're going to get some cedar. So you can use cedar, sweet pine, or sweetgrass leaves, pretty much stuff as an offering to be able to say thank you for the fire spirit. And when you pray to it, your prayer has to go what you want it to protect, what you want it to be. And when you make the fire, make sure there's no trash, make sure there's no, I guess you could say, objects that shouldn't really be in the fireplace that should be there. There shouldn't be anything really left over or anything like that, to make sure that it's pure when it lights and the flames are just of the wood. So you put some of that cedar down, you put some of that sweet pine, and then you pray with the fire once it's breathing good and well. Maybe put like a couple little tinier logs on there and have it go. Put that cedar down and you address the fire. You address the spirit people. You say hello. You introduce yourself. Yat Shanclen. And then for us, we would say like our clans Shanclen, Ado Bilagana Bashichin, Ashe Ada Shiche, Ado Bilagana Ada Shanella. So, and then you tell where you're from and your intentions with it. And then you in a sense, you build that bond with it because that fire will be able to recognize who you are. So I say, like in previous my videos, it's always good to know yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, where you come from, who you are, what's your name, and your lineage, where you come from. You acknowledge the fire in that way, and that fire will acknowledge you back in that way as well. So once you put that cedar down, you pray with it, and then you talk with it, and you tell it what you want. and you pray with it and you ask it for protection. You want no evil to touch you. You want no things with a dark intent, no ill will to be able to reach you. Nothing to be able to enter your home or your loved ones, and whoever dawns on this ash will be protected by the Creator, will be protected by the natural laws, that anything evil or anything with dark intent will not be able to harm you. And then you can just go on from there. Things that you're dealing with mentally, physically, or spiritually, you can talk with it, speak with it, and in a sense, that fire, that smoke that's there, right, that's happening with you right now, will be able to look after you and help you out. So once the fire is all completed, once the fire is burnt out, you kind of just let it sit there and, just let it kind of burn out itself. Make sure you have a winishgish or a fire poker, that was what we call it. And you move the wood pieces to where all of it kind of burns down into all small ashes. And one way you can kind of tell that your prayers have been answered, your prayer is all complete, is the ash that remains will be white. It won't be black. They say when the ash turns white, your prayers have been answered. The internet and the fire itself has heard your prayers, and it's going to be ready for you to be able to collect it once it cools down. Do not grab it and then while it's still hot, you're going to burn your hands or anything. But one thing I recommend is put it into like a glass jar. Once you put it in a glass jar, you'll be able to use that. Whatever spirit, comes along, I'll be able to have my medicines and herbs to be able to protect me for what I need in the coming times. But one thing I will say, what will happen if your mind trails off? What would happen if, you start thinking about other things, you start, drifting off in your mind or whatever? Well, then, it's not going to really work or be as potent. That's why you have to make sure your mindset is focused on what you're trying to do. It's focused on, what your goal is. Because however much energy you put into it, however much you pray with it, that's how strong the ash is going to be for you. And the reason why we use ash too is ash has always been here since the beginning of time. It's an element. Fire has always been here on this earth since the beginning of time. So if you use the natural laws of protection with that fire, is there's so much to it that a lot of the spirits that are around today weren't here. Some of them are, but not a lot of them weren't here for that time of when this ash was one of the first things that was first elements here. So when it comes to natural laws, they have to, I guess you can say, recognize that. They have to respect it when it comes to some of the first sacred teachings when it comes to respecting fire and ash. So that's why it's a good protected against evil. It's a good protected against darkness and everything. So that's why I always say, if you're having bad dreams, you can use this ash, put it on your forehead, your chest. For the male, you start on the left side. You go bottom of your left foot, bottom of your right foot. Then you go to your shin. And make sure not to put it on your clothes, put it on your skin. Put it on your left shin, put it on your right shin. Put it on your heart, put it on your back. And then your palms, left hand, right hand, and then your forehead, back of your neck right there. And so those are the places that you will put this ash right here to be able to protect you against evil and darkness. So say you're having nightmares, you're being visited by somebody inside of your home, you can be able to use that ash just like that. You can put that on yourself and the evil will not be able to touch you to be able to give you nightmares or anything like that. Plus you can also put it in front of your doorways. Always start with the east though. Start with the east and then go around clockwise. Go east, south, west, north like that. Then reconnect with the east, put above your doorways and your windows in your home. That's another way you can be able to put that protection barrier up. You have to pray with it though. You have to set the rules of who can come into your home and who can't. I guess you can say it's similar to like how vampires are. You can put all the protections you want in your house, but if you invite evil in, there ain't nothing you can do about it. You gave it a consent to be able to come in like that. So that's why I said, being focused, making sure, you be careful of who you invite in your home, who you invite for your mindset, and then everything like that when it comes to that. You have to be careful when I guess you can say, you're in a sense creating a ceremony to be able to make this ash right here, to make this protectant for you, yourself, and your family, and your loved ones. So, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I'm glad there's people who are interested in our customs and our beliefs and everything that we have. These things right here, You know, for good reason, they've been closed off to a lot of people. It's sacred, yes, but in a sense of it being good to be able to teach the people to protect themselves in a good way, to be able to be used in a good way like that. With that ash too, you can be able to put this on your weapons to be able to protect yourself. And these weapons can go into the spiritual world. There's more to it. A couple songs you got to sing, a couple more different things to be able to activate these to be able to pierce the spiritual world. But all my armor will be blessed, all my weapons and everything will be blessed for my coming adventures. So again, I can't thank everybody enough for watching this video, for being interested in our customs and in our teaching. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm so excited for the coming channel split, like I said. And as you can see, I'm preparing for the paranormal adventures to come in the future. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Hold on.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's time to get B-roll, boy.
Yeah.
B-roll.
No, not really. It really just depends on your intent on how you get this. What?
Airline. This is called.
Oh shit, hang on.
Are they leaving?